On this July 22nd, the day of her feast, I wish to honor Mary Magdalene. So to introduce myself just a little bit, my name is Isabel and I took a beautiful priestess training under the guidance of Anna Otero, and I am on the Magdalene path, and this is such a beautiful path that opens your heart in such deep ways and that brings such a huge transformation within you. And so I am very honored today to share this moment with you. And who was Mary Magdalene? So it's such a simple question, but yet in truth, such an important one. So I'd like to offer a brief glimpse because speaking of her is vast and very sacred. So there is so much to discover about her. As for me, I felt an undeniable pull toward her at the moment I met my beloved. A time in my life when I was also going through a new and intense phase of awakening. And I was also feeling a deep call to work in one way or another around the awakening of consciousness. The suffering, yes, but also the light that shapes our lives. And so she entered my life gently, little by little. She was guiding me as my relationship with my partner was unfolding. So I began to remember. And so I'd like to share a few elements simply to support those who might be wondering, but who was she? Because her energy is very present on the planet right now. And we hear a lot about her. And many things are said about her. So at the moment, she's often portrayed as a sexual priestess, a figure of liberation from sexual taboo, probably because as humans, we tend to create archetypes based on what we need at certain times, and not only to evolve, but sometimes to perpetuate unconscious patterns. But she was and is so much more than that. Mary Magdalene is an activator of human consciousness, of human ascension. She's the vibration of love. She's the vibration of unification, of light. And she was sovereign and deeply wise. And there is a word in ancient biblical Hebrew, and that word is Ahava. And it talks about her a lot, I think. Because this Hebrew word means love, but not love as we usually understand it today in the West, where we have many definitions of love. Ahava is a love based on action, a love rooted in devotion, a love that flows from divine union with God, with the goddess, a love we can live with everything we're in a relationship with. And that moves us into action, to embody love, to live in love, in everything we do, with every being we speak to, and in all of our relationships. And this word, Ahava, embodies and reveals who Mary Magdalene is as an energy field, as the vibration of love, of unification, of light. So, she was a spiritual teacher, a powerful, very powerful female spiritual teacher, who today fulfills the prophecy of the feminine Christ, the feminine Messiah, the Kala Messiah. She is the Holy Bride, and as Yeshua, Jesus, called her, she is the Cosmic Virgin, the one who knows all. She embodied that. Okay, she has this wisdom, this eternal and limitless wisdom from the cosmos, from the void, from the source itself. So Mary Magdalene was a guide of infinite wisdom, and she was Yeshua's beloved, his beloved and his wife. And both came from very powerful lineages, royal and divine lineages. Yeshua from the line of David and Mary Magdalene from the line of Benjamin. By the way, the Christ lineage is also known as the lineage of Venus, the planet of love, unconditional love. So, their union symbolized the healing of Israel. Okay? We are talking symbols. And not just Israel as a territory, but Israel as an inner holy land, as the archetype of divine union. So they were a sacred couple, a holy couple. And Yeshua was the creator and founder of a Christic school, and Mary Magdalene joined him in that school. And together they worked as spiritual teachers and as spiritual partners. It's true that Mary Magdalene worked closely with women, but also with men. She initiated them, ordained them into priesthood, because it was necessary at this time, and just as it's still necessary today. And we are entering now the age of feminine consciousness, a consciousness that goes beyond both matriarchy and patriarchy, and it's an entirely different path. It's about following the model of the Divine Mother here on earth, so that it comes into balance with the principle of the Divine Masculine. So the work she began 2000 years ago is actually continuing today through each of us who open to receive her vibration, her teachings. And as a spiritual teacher, she passed on her knowledge to women. And as co-teacher alongside Yeshua, she talked the path of sacred humanity of the divine human, the one who co-creates with the divine. And I want to be clear because it's important, their spiritual school, what we might call the School of Christ, should not be confused with the Christian or Catholic Church, which came much later, and which, by the way, hid and transformed many things about the story of the Christ. So the School of Christ was a school that honored the divine feminine, a school that believed in the awakening of the divine feminine, which is the connection, the inner connection to much bigger than us, the connection to our soul. And so it was not only as a receptive energy, the Shekhinah, the Holy Spirit, the sacred presence of the feminine, but as a return to the soul's honor. A path that allowed the feminine principle to come into balance with the masculine, principle. A path that created that balance. Because it is the feminine principle that creates balance. We are all initiated by a woman, and who is our first initiator? Our mother. And we come into the world through the womb of the mother. She initiates us into life, and when we return to the feminine, to the inner world, for the womb is within, and all feminine energy is within us, then what we are doing is entering into sacred relationship with the soul. Sorry, I'm French, basically. So I'm doing my best, but this is one of the most important and foundational teaching of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. And when it was prophesied, Yeshua knew that a feminine Christ would emerge 2000 years later. And he knew she would come to earth. And through everything we're saying today, this chaos, these transformations, she's here. And that's why he passed the torch to her. When Yeshua was crucified and left his physical body, it was Mary Magdalene who became the guide of the school. That's why she continued her ministry in France, and why she passed on her teachings to men, to women, to sometimes only women. And wow, speaking about her in a short video is difficult, but because we can only ever reduce her. But she really is far more than an awakening of wild femininity or sexual energy. She awakens everything within us, everything. So yes, she may awaken that within you, if that's what needs to be awakened. But what she truly awakens is our creative sexual energy, our Kundalini. And when she activates that energy, that what needs to be awakened in you will be awakened in you. It is a path of healing, yes, but it goes far beyond the idea of healing, because with her, shadow work is not just shadow work. It's a process rooted in the knowing that we are light. This is very important. The remembrance of who we really are as a soul, as an eternal being. And that we choose this incarnation to purify all the personalities we began to carry throughout this life and so many others. So, yes, Mary Magdalene is a powerful spiritual teacher, sovereign. She was a cosmic virgin. Through sacred practice, she knew how to channel her sexual energy, how to open herself and become the divine chalice to receive the Holy Spirit to co-create with. She is close to the Mother, the principle of the Mother. She married the Mother and the Earth. She is the sacred bride of the divine, sacred bride of Yeshua, of humanity, and of the Earth. And her teachings are very deeply powerful. And we truly need it today, because we need to learn how to live here on this earth as divine human beings, to fully embody our creative sexual energy, I mean our full creative power, without fear, without blocks. To remember our destiny, and also at the same time to recognize that every step we take in our self-evolution has an impact. It influences, imprints, and transforms everything around us, the entire shared energy field. So following her teachings also means working a lot with the body and with spiritual practices, because we understand through the body that the body is a technology, and that will lead us and open us to all these teachings. And her teachings are for men and women. Many men work with her. She's here to teach everyone that is open. And she needs us to open to her teaching. She needs bodies, in fact, so that her vibration can return to Earth through us, so that we can evolve toward a more just, more balanced, more harmonious world, and being able to bring down these codes of light is very, very precious. And we need a lot of people, as much as possible, to open to this service. And so I would really like to share with you 3 very beautiful and very powerful mantras. They are in Aramaic, and this is a light language that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene used in the time of their incarnations here. And those mantras will help you to bring those codes of light down. So I'm gonna say each of them. I choose 3 of them 3 times, but feel free to use a mala or to chant them a long time, to just say them many times, because they really are powerful and helpful in this sacred service. So I close my eyes, and the first one I choose is Yesod Deshmaya, meaning foundation of the heavens. This mantra opens the soul to the celestial foundations from which all manifestation flows. It aligns you with the divine architecture of creation. And so, Yesod Deshmaya, Yesod Deshmaya, Yesod Deshmaya. Next one. The second one is Sinor de Nurha, meaning channel of light. Yesod is described in the Zohar as a spiritual pipeline, and this mantra opens that channel, a sacred sinor, allowing divine light to descend into your reality and body. So, Sinor de Nurha, Sinor de Nurha, Sinor de Nurha. And so the third one is Shlama Begau Gushma, meaning peace within the body. Yesod is the vessel where spirit meets matter. This mantra invites deep serenity into the physical temple, calming the nervous system and harmonizing the inner worlds. Shlama Begau Gushma, Shlama Begau Gushma, Shlama Begau Gushma. So it was a real pleasure to share this little presentation with you. I hope it can support you, inspire you, and bring some light your way. And thank you so much, Kat, for this co-creation. I'm looking forward to doing it again soon and wishing you all the beautiful July 22nd. And I want to say Ahava.